Hello, welcome to this update for the US about the winter storm, and we have some stuff for Canada too. So let's see here. So right now, as you can see here, we have this storm forming that will bring a lot of ice and snow and some freezing rain. We already had some ice, some parts of the plains, Midwest, and we'll have this ice storm into tomorrow into Pennsylvania, West Virginia, even southern New York and some spots in northern Virginia. So this will be ice and snow, tomorrow snow to the northeast and everything. So let's first see some graphics that they have and then we'll check some models. So here for day one shows like February 5th to 7 a.m. on the 6th. Yeah. So already shows this freezing rain potential tonight to tomorrow and all the way from Iowa to Delaware. And some snow in the north there, especially heavier near northeastern Minnesota, spots of the Sierra Nevada and Oregon, and some mixed precipitation spots to the Rockies, the storms there in the south. So day two shows the freezing rain more concentrated Pennsylvania, New York, even Massachusetts, southern Vermont, New Hampshire, and in Connecticut into northern Virginia, West Virginia, and a little bit heavier snow still in the in Oregon, the Sierra Nevada, Northern California. So still some spots of snow even to like Wyoming, South Dakota, Northern Michigan, Minnesota, and especially in the eastern coast of Lake Superior in the UP of Michigan. So be aware. Day three shows better. Still storm or two in the south, snow in the northern plains, especially in the Rockies and spots in the north. So yeah, beware. And this is moving automatically. That's different. But here, so let's see. There's the marginal risk of excessive rainfall from Kentucky to southern Pennsylvania today, day one. Day two, a big part of California along the west coast and some interior valleys as well. A marginal, so be careful. And the marginal Tennessee to West Virginia. So beware day three, nothing. Day four, once again, near Ohio, West Virginia, some spots there to Pennsylvania, and day five, nothing. So beware. Snow shows day one here, especially in Oregon, Washington, California, Wyoming, spots of Idaho, northern Minnesota. Day two, just spots in New York, New Hampshire, and Maine, but not as heavy as in Northern California, the Sierra Nevada, and Oregon, so be careful there. Day three, some more across the Rockies, especially like Wyoming, Northern Colorado, spots of the Sierra Nevada, Northern Utah too, and day four still shows the potential in the Northeast, so some higher probabilities, and this is recent, it's just appeared there. So we'll keep watching this next winter storm trend and shows in May on day 5, day 6 a little bit further south possibly, and day 7 still a winter storm potential there. So we will keep watching this. There's also day 1 for severe weather, the marginal risk from Tennessee to southern Ohio. Wind 5%, BPR some higher damaging gusts, hail 5% too, and tornadoes at 2%. So especially Kentucky and Tennessee. So be careful that potential thunderstorms actually has severe potential possible tonight from Tennessee and Kentucky into southern Ohio, West Virginia. So be careful there. Day two, they updated this to a marginal risk again in Tennessee and Kentucky, a small part of Western Virginia. So be aware, tornado less than 2%, but this still might update. Wind 5% and hail less than 5%. So strong thunderstorms pose a risk of at least as for some scattered, potentially damaging winds and perhaps small hail may impact parts of eastern Kentucky, adjacent parts of northern Tennessee, southwestern Virginia, West Virginia early Thursday. So be aware. Day four, nothing. Of course. But that was day three. Yeah, that's day two here. So day three, nothing. No thunderstorms. So yeah, be aware. The fire danger is critical in New Mexico today, and it is elevated from Arizona to Texas, Colorado, some spots there because of the higher wind flow behind the system forming. So beware some higher gusts there, and also the other snow systems and everything might be causing some higher gusts and still elevating in Arizona, New Mexico tomorrow. So be aware there. Don't burn anything. Be careful. So day one, the temperatures still shows cold there, like Montana, some negative digits, some single digits, cold in North Dakota too, especially in Maine, some teens and even single digits, some 20s, and some May is in Florida, some 70s in the south, even some May is in Louisiana. Texas to New Mexico, so be careful. There's some 70s in the southwest too, so be aware. The minimum temperature is minus all the way to minus 17 North Montana tonight into Thursday morning, some minus 2, some 13, 16 in the north, some 27, some 32 degrees Fahrenheit, some 20s in the plains, and like the Central Plains because the North circled, and some things in the Sierra Nevada, Washington, Oregon, some 20s and things, the mountains there. So be careful in those areas. There's like a closer look for Montana. It shows minus 18 there, but I think right on the border of Canada might be close to minus 20. So be careful those areas. There's day two as well. Shows still some A is in Texas. Be aware there in Florida too as well. And like some 70s from the south, but all the way to the southwest, some 30s in the north, and like some single digits in the north still, and cold in the northwestern mountains, the Pacific Northwest. So beware, day two shows still some minus 13 to minus 15 in the north. Be careful, the wind chills might be lower to minus 20 or even less. Some 20s in the Midwest and some 30s shows like some 20s in Washington, Oregon, some things in single digits the mountains. So be careful. Day three shows still some A is close to like 90 in southern Texas. So some A is 70s in the south, some A is in Florida too, and still some things to 20s to single digits in the north, and some things in 20s in the mountains. So be aware what just happened here. So yeah, so Friday night to Saturday morning shows still some minus 5, so minus 6 in the north. So what I showed you before was Friday afternoon. So here shows some 60 Saturday mornings, some single digits in northern California and Oregon spots of the northeast, some teens, and single digits, some 20s. So be aware. Day 4 shows like some 90 degrees in Texas, 91. This February heat wave might go down in history. Shows some 9 degrees in Montana, in North Dakota, might be close to 8, 7 Fahrenheit. So be careful there. Shows more cold in the mountains, especially in Wyoming. Some teens, and even single digits, some 20s in the mountains. So be aware there. And just a closer look here, so 92, so 93 spots of Texas, so be aware. Like national here shows like day 4 minimum, Saturday night to Sunday morning, still some 20s, this time all the way down to southern to northern Texas, some 30s, so like 7 in the north, minus 2 in northern Maine, so minus 6, minus 10, minus 9 in the north, shows like very cold in the Rockies, those negative digits, single digits, the Sierra Nevada into Oregon too, so be careful. Day 5 still shows some 70s and 80s in the south, and there'll probably be a front here because the heat is compressed further south. Some 70s all the way to North Carolina, some 70s the southwest, and still some single digits, some teens and 20s in the north. So beware, and if you want, you can skip ahead to the winter storm stuff that I'll show you in a minute. But just to finish off here, shows like Monday morning, the 10th all the way to -15, close to -20 in northern Montana, some 20s all the way down to northern Texas, some teens and single digits the north still, and very cold like central Oregon to the Sierra Nevada, northern Utah, Wyoming, and especially in Idaho. And most of Utah, Nevada, and Colorado some active temperatures in terms of 32 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. So be aware. Monday afternoon, still some days in Florida, 70s in the southwest, and show like still cold in the north, those areas, all the way to 0 Fahrenheit. So be aware. All the way to -18 in the north, so this cold comes sweeping down further on Tuesday, the 11th, possibly. Some 20s all the way down to northern Texas, in the southwest, some 40s. The mountains very cold, and the Rockies are -4, -17, -10. Cold in the northwest as well, so be careful. Shows all the way to -21, possibly, North Dakota on day 6. This will be on the 11th, I think. Yeah, so be aware. The wind chills might be even like -25 or something. Still later Tuesday, some May is in Florida and the cold in the north still. So be careful. Now for the winter storm, shows like some very high correlation to Sierra Nevada. Still, those oranges are close to 30 inches next 48 hours. Shows even like in Oregon, more snow, most of Oregon, Idaho, spots in Montana and Wyoming, even spots in northern Utah and Colorado, to Washington, local southern Washington, some 12 inches to 16 inches, the mountains. More the northeast from the system shows more close to 8, 10 inches in spots in New York. This is some 4 to 6 inches in Maine, New Hampshire, close to 6 inches, and some 1 to 2 inches in Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, especially like close to 8 inches northern Minnesota and Michigan. So be aware those areas now. The ice is already starting there, and this is the ice accumulation until tomorrow night, Thursday, like tomorrow afternoon, evening. And this has a very concerning situation, like more ice starting in Missouri, into Iowa, like a tenth of an inch or even less. It starts more in Ohio, in Indiana, a little bit more than a tenth of an inch, and even to southern Michigan, like to Pennsylvania, gets close to a quarter of an inch. But those dark areas like Maryland, southernmost Pennsylvania, close to one half of an inch, but not quite there, like a little bit less than one half of an inch, some spots, but just those dark areas there, like here's 0.25, this would be like 0.30, 0.35, a little bit more than a quarter of an inch, but not quite two and a half, but a few spots there might be close to two and a half of an inch. So this is like, in my opinion, a major ice storm. So please be careful. Slippery roads, slippery surfaces, dangerous driving conditions. Uh, Low visibility, but especially the slick surfaces with these warm others there. And please be careful with this ice storm. And now for the winds next 24 hours until tomorrow, the 6 at 1 p.m. Shows like some very high winds, close to 70 mile per hour gusts or 65 mile per hour gusts. Wyoming, a little bit windy in Colorado and Utah as well, but especially Wyoming, be careful. Spots of Idaho, even some spots of the Appalachians with this thing forming, and somewhere in California, the mountains. So yeah, be careful in those areas. Here, like, we should update this to see the winter storm stuff, and I don't know why it's not updating, so let's just see it here. So shows like widespread impact of freezing rain and sleet precipitation spanning from the Midwest to the northern Mid-Atlantic will mostly fall as icy mix of freezing rain and sleet today, continue to Thursday, so this practically already happening. Be careful if you're watching me saying this right now, you should be being careful. And the heaviest ice like in Western Maryland into the West Virginia Panhandle. I hope I'm saying this right. And into parts of Pennsylvania, the highest chances for it 70% or more than a quarter of an inch of ice accretion in Western Maryland, Western Virginia Panhandle, and northern to southern central Pennsylvania. A large area of ice storm warnings uh, uh, in these areas highlight the greatest potential for scare power outages and tree damage. LIPA still has those freezing rain accumulations under 1/4 of an inch expected elsewhere across the Midwest, Great Lakes, Northern Mid-Atlantic, as winter weather advisors encompassing those regions. Ice impacts will affect many of those thoroughfares, including Interstate 80, 81, 76, 99, 70, and 68. Light freezing rain sleet is hazardous. Minor freezing accumulation roadways makes dangerous travel, and accumulation sleet can be strenuous and to shovel and treacherous to both drive and walk. Be sure to check conditions before venturing out and drive slow. So you all heard that. Please be careful. And as you can see here with the ice storm warnings there, in the areas that will be the heaviest there. So you just click on the map and it goes straight to the warning, and you can click on the warning to have more information. So please check this link in the description and do that to stay informed. Even if you are like in Montana, in California, in Oregon, you just click on the warnings here and see the information. So be careful in those areas. There's the GFS here, shows this ice storm now. The purple's mainly lit and the heavy freezing rain there in pink. So be careful. The snow too into Canada, central Canada, and the northern Minnesota and the Midwest. So be aware, this snow goes throughout the northeast there. So be aware, and more rain starts on the west coast on the 6th, more snow in California until the 7th in Oregon. This low pressure goes through Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana. More snow in the plains, potential on the 8th until the next winter storm starts brewing. So the GFS highlighting another ice storm from the Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic once again on the 9th. So more freezing rain there. This goes and potentially some heavier snow on the northeast on the 9th, and potentially further south too on the 10th, some sleet and snow. So this goes on the 11th, still showing another back-to-back system near like Virginia, West Virginia, some spots of ice and mainly snow, and the GFS like trying to do crazy stuff. On the 13th, more ice and snow in those areas, and this time has something major in the northeast, but not that major, but does have a good northeastern there, more snow and everything. But this still far out, it might not even happen. So shows at the same time more snow on the west and ice and rain. So we'll keep watching those areas. Be aware. There's the European model too, shows like the snow and ice there. So as you can see here tonight, later tonight, because this is 6 Thursday. So yeah, between tonight and tomorrow, shows more ice there in those areas, starting Northern Virginia. So be careful in Ohio too. So this goes shows Pennsylvania, West Virginia, the ice and that snow there. So stay safe. Show like a system in Canada too. This goes, this snow crosses the northeast there. Beware of the snow from all the way from northern Pennsylvania to Maine. Be careful that snow. And then the other system, California, on the late on the 6th, more snow and rain. Traverses to Idaho, Montana, and Oregon, Wyoming, potentially more Utah, Colorado on the 8th. This goes there, and potentially the next storm on the 9th. So this snow crosses the northern plains on the 8th, shows more snow and ice, especially ice, Pennsylvania, New York to southern Ontario, some spots on the 9th, goes more ice and snow in the northeast later on the 9th, and the 10th shows another system on the 11th, some scared snow and ice and more storms on the 11th. So this goes, shows some in the northeast on the 12th as well, that another system on the west on the 13th, more snow in the Rockies and those areas, and potentially this is different than the GFS, but it does show on the 15th some more ice and snow into the east there. So be aware those areas, be careful. The systems that there's the Canadian model too. This big ice storm now, it goes, the snow in the northeast. The next system on the 9th, more ice and snow goes there. A small system on the 10th, there in the on the east southeast, and potentially the Canadian should step into Texas, Arkansas on the 12th. I don't think this will happen, but we'll keep watching more stuff on the west on the 13th. So be careful in those areas, be aware there. And here's the like the some freezing accumulations from the GFS, because I can't find the European because you have to pay. So it shows here like some close to a quarter of an inch in some spots, like even 0.52, like one half of an inch, some spots there, like close to a quarter of an inch in Ohio, spots in Northern Maryland, close to a half of an inch. So be careful in those areas. This is just the GFS. Uh, the accumulation that they use here, the National Weather Service, is a blend of more high resolution models. So I trust this one more. So be careful there and stay safe, please. So now there's this, and I showed you this as well. So some snow here from the European. So like today's the 5th. Let's just do 5 days until the 10th. So shows like I I don't think this is in inches. So shows the northeast in those areas 5 days. So this is from this winter storm now and from the next one on the 9th. So shows some 15 inches, the total some 16 inches, some 15, 12 inches. For north it will be less. New Jersey some 3 inches, some to West Virginia, Virginia as well. Wisconsin some 7 inches, Minnesota, spots in Wyoming. Now the West and the Rockies some 11 inches, 7 in Idaho some 10 inches, and this might be more because these are not high resolution models. And even I went to the mountains one day. It showed 30 centimeters, and there was 50 in 24 hours. So just be aware that there might be more snow than what I'm showing you here. So shows some 18 centimeters, 19, some spots there. So more snow in Northern California, in Oregon too, central Northern Utah, some 8 inches spot in Northern Utah, some 3, 2 inches central Utah. Shows these weird strips of snow into Kansas and Oklahoma. But with those weird looking winter storms, this is possible. Shows some in Washington too. So be aware in those areas. There's the GFS, shows on the west there, and shows there the northeast close to 10 inches next 5 days. And there's the her here too. So the worst is gone in California, but still shows like just the next 24 hours, 18 inches, 20 inches. What I showed you before was 5 days. This is just one day. Already shows 16 inches, spots to 21 inches. So be careful. This snow there shows like Pennsylvania some 6 inches, 7 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, and 2 inches. Other spots of the northeast, northern Minnesota, 3 to 4 inches. Spots in northern Michigan and Wisconsin. So stay safe there, and yeah, and if you want like some more information, there's this experimental snowfall amount here from the National Weather Service next 72 hours 3 days. So the expected amount they do have in California spots to 60 inches more in the mountains, so they indicate very heavy there. The mountains next 3 days, more through the northern plains, so 6 inches into the Midwest, no northern Midwest, not the Midwest. So shows in Oregon a lot, especially the Cascades in Idaho, close to 8 to 12 inches. So beware, in the Northeast, they do have some 6 inches, 8 inches, some spots there. This is the expected amount. There's the high end amount, and it's not available yet. And there's the low end amount, if you're curious, but the expected amount is the best. So be careful in those areas and stay safe. So now, yeah, be careful. Now for some quick stuff in Canada. So the snow first. So I'll show this snow now, and then I'll take a look at some long range. So show like from the system effect Nova Scotia, choose some 41 centimeters, New Brunswick some 24, areas in Newfoundland some 42 centimeters, Labrador some 27, and this snow in Ontario and in Quebec shows southern Quebec some 18 centimeters, 18, 21 centimeters, 14. So be careful, and especially southernmost Ontario, there will be some freezing rain today into tomorrow, probably areas south of London. So be aware those areas. I'll recheck that in a moment, but be aware, some 20 centimeters in Toronto in the next 5 days. So show some 6 centimeters, spots central Canada, a little bit less into Western Canada, some 4 centimeters, 3, a little bit in Alberta, and some into Yukon, Northwestern Territories, and some spots there. So be aware, there's the GFS tool, shows a little bit more in Ontario, some 9 centimeters, 5, especially Newfoundland, some 19 centimeters, southern Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, some 9 centimeters to 10, 12 centimeters, southern Quebec, 15, southern Ontario, some spots there next 5 days. So be careful, that lingering snow in the north there. So now, until the 18th, just for curiosity, shows more across southwestern Canada, most of southern Canada here, and especially in eastern Canada, like 70 centimeters, some spots. The GFS is more on the northeast as well, next 12 days. So this is 12 days special on the mountains on the west there. And now the European for 12 days has some light. There's no for central northern Canada, not concentrated just in the south. And it has like southeastern Canada more, especially spots in the Atlantic. And in the US is more in the northeast, those areas, especially in the western mountains, especially the Sierra Nevada, more spots in the north there. So be careful, these systems, the temperature is still very cold in Canada, some minus 30. The south a little bit better, some minus 9, some minus 16, some minus 27, some minus 23, 25. So a little bit less, but shows there like this cold in Nunavut, lingering there to minus 37, spots in eastern Quebec and Labrador, so minus 25. In the south, shows some weird cold spots to minus 28, even to minus 30. So stay safe there. Thursday, this cold air starts building, much as central western Canada, especially at night. So minus 27, so minus the 34. So beyond the southeast, still good, but under negative temperatures, and northern Quebec and Labrador cold. So Friday the 7th, this goes, and Saturday morning, still shows minus 29 in Saskatchewan, so minus 27, 28, Manitoba, already branching to Quebec, northern Ontario, and the wind chills, be aware that they might be less than minus 40 if it's minus 30 something, so be careful. Some other spots in British Columbia, further south a little bit less cold, but still cold, so be aware the 8th, warms up tiny bit in the day, but still cold. Like some spots on Sunday morning to minus 30, some to minus 38 in Nunavut. In Yukon, very cold too. Spots in Quebec to minus 32. This southern part is kind of safe, but still some minus 9 to minus 14. So be aware. But like in Manitoba, very cold. This cold there. Monday, still like shows on Monday morning, some minus 30 central northern Canada. So Stacy Norwich spots southern Quebec close to minus 20, so minus 19. So Monday, Tuesday, still shows Tuesday morning like some minus 37, even southern Saskatchewan. So in other spots there. So be aware of this cold coming. So now uh, for some more freezing rain stuff here. Let's just see what else it has like the European. So like precipitation. If you go here, there's like, come on, yes, freezing rain 36 hours. So it doesn't show that much in Canada, but it does show southernmost Ontario there. Those areas. So if you are there, southernmost Ontario, be aware too. So stay safe and be in Alaska too. Those cold temperatures, some snow, especially like this is the 11th, but this goes like especially throughout this weekend, the next week, northern Alaska, very cold, and it's still very cold in the south too, but the north more extreme. So be aware that those areas. Now for snow, still shows central Alaska until the 10th, some spots western Alaska. So be aware, wind shows like so Thursday tomorrow this system to California, San Hargas there near 60 to 63 mile per gust. Those mountains there, some 54 mile per gust. Some other areas, very windy in the Great Lakes, close to 80, 90 kilometer per gust, even 100 in Lake Erie. So beware some 50s mile per gust in Northern New York. So Friday. This crosses the Rockies, shows in Utah some 58, 57, 60 mile per gust. New Mexico, spots in Nevada too, some 49 mile per gust. In Colorado, this goes still windy. Newfoundland, Labrador, close to 80 kilometer per gust. Spots in the Northeast, some 43 mile per gust, close to 50. Some spots Friday afternoon. This goes into Saturday, but potentially breezier or windier central plains into mid-south in some spots there. So Saturday, Sunday shows like another system brewing, especially like into spots to northeast, goes to 55 mile per gust. Some spots, even the Rockies, still some 4 mile per gust. But Nova Scotia, some 80, 90 km per gust. Sunday, Monday. This gets so insane there. Eu falo, Labrador, são 80s, 90s, Gamer Parkas, especially like southern tip of the peninsula to 101, 103 Gamer Parkas. So be careful there. This goes the Aleutian Islands, windier. Sometimes potentially this new system, like on the 12th, breezier in the south, the Rockies, some spots there. So yeah, be aware those areas. So for this system now, so Friday they showed those stronger winds northeast, the Appalachians, and Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, and does show like the European momentarily in a spot in Newfoundland close to 113 km per gust. So be careful this system. Plus snow and rain. So into Friday. Thursday, Friday, this snow comes there. Shows this no central Canada, some lingering snow there. So Thursday, this goes shows more into Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador. Some areas, the next system there on the 9th, some lingering lost snow in Canada still. And this goes potential the 9th to southern Quebec and Ontario have more. And this goes and March watch later. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful with fog in the morning too, and ask any questions if you want. And check the warnings and stay safe.